This is the story they never wanted you to see. 38,000 feet in the air, a plane losing control, and one golden retriever who had to make the jump of a lifetime. What I'm about to show you was buried for months. The evidence, the witnesses, the real reason behind what happened that day. And if you don't watch until the very end, you'll miss the most important revelation that changes everything. Trust me, it's not what anyone expected. The flight started like any other. Flight 2187 from Denver to Seattle. Buddy, a 4-year-old golden retriever service dog, sat calmly beside his owner Rick in seat 14C. Weather was clear when we took off, says Captain Miller in his first ever interview about the incident. Then about 40 minutes in, we hit something the radar never picked up. What happened next was caught on the plane's security cameras. Severe depressurization, the right engine in flames, the aircraft dropping nearly 10,000 feet in under 2 minutes. I've been flying for 22 years, Captain Miller continues, his voice shaking. Never seen anything like it. We were going down, no question. As oxygen masks dropped, passengers began to panic. But all eyes turned to seat 14C, where something impossible was happening. Buddy was gone, and so was the emergency parachute from the overhead compartment. If you think this is crazy so far, make sure you subscribe right now. Hit that like button, and comment below what you think happened next. Bora continue. The aircraft was now at 15,000 feet and dropping fast. Emergency protocols had failed, and that's when the cabin door suddenly blew open. I couldn't believe my eyes, says Sarah Jensen, who was sitting in 12D. This dog just bolts down the aisle wearing what looked like some kind of vest. But it wasn't just any vest. Frame-by-frame analysis reveals it was an experimental canine parachute system that was actually being transported on that very flight to a military training facility. Against all odds, against all instinct, Buddy jumped into the open sky. Alone. Animals don't do that, explains animal behaviorist Dr. Thompson. They don't willingly jump from heights. It defies everything we know about survival instincts. But why would a service dog abandon his owner? The answer will shock you, but before I reveal it, if you're as amazed as I am right now, smash that subscribe button, drop a like, and comment what you think was going through Buddy's mind. Bora continue. For 67 seconds, Buddy was in complete freefall. Wind speeds of over 120 km/h, temperatures well below freezing, no human guidance. The chances of a dog successfully navigating a freefall are essentially zero, explains skydiving expert Mark Williams. Even experienced human jumpers can panic in those conditions. But something extraordinary was happening. Analysis of distant footage captured by a rock climber on a nearby peak shows something remarkable. Buddy had assumed a perfect skydiving position. Limbs extended, back arched, head up, the exact position taught to human skydivers. It's impossible, Williams continues. No animal should know how to do that instinctively. As Buddy plummeted toward the dense forest below, the altimeter on his vest reached the critical height. What happened next left even the search team speechless. Before I show you the most incredible part of this footage, you need to subscribe right now and hit that bell. Trust me, what comes next changed how scientists view animal intelligence forever. Comment what you think is about to happen. Bora continue. The parachute deployed at exactly 5,000 feet. Perfect timing, perfect execution. But Buddy was now drifting toward one of the most remote sections of the national forest. No roads, no trails. As night approached and temperatures dropped, his chances of survival were slim. We had a search area of over 40 square miles, explains Ranger Martinez, who led the rescue operation. Finding a single dog in that terrain, it was like looking for a needle in a haystack. For 3 days, search teams combed the forest, helicopters with thermal imaging, rescue dogs, volunteers, nothing. With a major storm moving in, authorities were forced to make the heartbreaking decision: call off the search. We had to accept the reality, Martinez says, looking away from the camera. No dog could survive those conditions for that long. But then on day 4, a forest ranger's dashcam picked up something strange at the edge of an access road nearly 12 miles from the estimated landing zone. What they found there changed everything we thought we knew about this story. But before I reveal what the cameras captured, if you've made it this far, you need to hit subscribe and like right now, because the truth is more incredible than anyone imagined. Comment your theories below. Bora continue. When the Rangers team approached the movement in the bushes, they were prepared for anything. Wildlife, perhaps another hiker. What they found left them speechless. It was Buddy, exhausted but alive. His parachute nearly perfectly packed and still attached to his harness, but he wasn't alone. There, sheltered under a makeshift den Buddy had created from the parachute and branches, was a child. 7-year-old Lucas Myers, who had been missing for 2 days after wandering away from a family camping trip. The dog had kept him warm through the night, explains Dr. Chen, who treated both Lucas and Buddy. He had even brought him water in his bowl. Without that dog, with the hypothermia already setting in, Lucas wouldn't have survived another night. But the greatest revelation was yet to come. When investigators finally reviewed the complete black box data from the recovered aircraft, the truth stunned everyone. Buddy hadn't abandoned his owner as everyone thought. His owner, Rick Hayes, wasn't just any passenger. He was an experimental canine parachute trainer. And in those final moments on the failing aircraft, he had made the decision to send Buddy out, knowing the dog had the best chance of survival. The plane managed an emergency landing in a field with all passengers surviving, including Rick. But by then, Buddy was miles away, drawn by either incredible luck or something science can't explain, to exactly where he was needed most. Some things just can't be taught, Rick says in his first interview. Some things go beyond training. What Buddy did out there, that was something else entirely. As for Lucas, he has a simple explanation. He's not just a good boy. He's the best boy. Sometimes the most incredible heroes come with 4 paws and a heart bigger than we can ever understand. If this story touched you, make sure you've subscribed. Hit that like button if you believe some things can't be explained by science alone. And comment below. What incredible thing has an animal done for you? Thanks for watching the full story of the miracle nobody thought was possible. What happened with Buddy defies conventional understanding. Researchers at the National Animal Behavior Institute have been studying the case for months. We've analyzed every frame of footage, explains Dr. Eliza Carrington, head of Canine Cognition Studies. The precision of Buddy's movements during freefall suggests something beyond instinct or training. Brain scans of Buddy reveal unusual activity in his prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for complex decision-making. This has led to a groundbreaking theory that some dogs may possess cognitive abilities we've never detected before. It's like discovering a hidden language, Dr. Carrington continues. These animals are processing information in ways we never imagined possible. But the most fascinating discovery came from Buddy's DNA analysis. Something in his genetic makeup might explain his extraordinary abilities, a rare mutation only found in less than 0.01% of dogs worldwide. Before I reveal what scientists found in Buddy's DNA that changes everything we know about canine evolution, if you're as blown away as I am, hit subscribe and that notification bell right now. Drop a like and comment what ability you think your dog might be hiding. Bora continue. 6 weeks after the incredible rescue, Buddy became the first animal to receive the National Civilian Heroism Award. His story made headlines worldwide, but behind the ceremonies and media attention, something even more remarkable was happening. Applications for service dog training increased by 400%. Research funding for animal cognition studies tripled almost overnight. What Buddy did has fundamentally changed how we view the potential of these animals, explains Congressman Williams, who championed the new Buddy's Law, allocating millions to advanced canine training programs. More importantly, Buddy's action saved more than just Lucas that day. The technology in his experimental parachute harness has now been adapted for human use, with lighter, more reliable systems that have already saved 8 lives in extreme mountaineering accidents. We owe everything to that dog, says Maria Myers, Lucas's mother. Not just our son's life, but the way we see the world now. There's something profound happening between humans and animals that we're only beginning to understand. But the question remained. Was Buddy's extraordinary feat a one-time miracle or evidence of something deeper? The answer came 3 months later, in circumstances nobody could have predicted. If you want to know what happened next and how it proves this wasn't just luck, make sure you've hit subscribe and like. Comment below if you believe animals have abilities we haven't discovered yet. Bora continue. December 14th, a quiet neighborhood in Portland, Oregon, 2:17 a.m. Buddy, now living with Rick in their new home, began acting strangely. Barking, scratching at the front door, refusing to calm down. I thought maybe he needed to go out, Rick recalls. But when I opened the door, he bolted straight to my neighbor's house. What the cameras captured next left even skeptics speechless. Buddy frantically pawing at the neighbor's door, then circling the house, finding an open window and somehow squeezing through. I heard barking and then something pulling at my sleeve, remembers Eleanor Dawson, 78, who lived alone. I was so confused I thought I was dreaming. She wasn't dreaming. Buddy was dragging her by her sleeve toward the front door. Just minutes after Buddy forced Eleanor outside, carbon monoxide levels in her home reached lethal concentrations due to a malfunctioning water heater. The invisible, odorless gas had already begun affecting her judgment. She had been feeling dizzy but hadn't recognized the danger. The dog had no way of knowing, insists Dr. Thompson. No training to detect carbon monoxide. No previous connection to this woman. Nothing in our understanding of animal behavior explains this. I don't pretend to understand it, Rick says simply. All I know is that Buddy wasn't supposed to be on that plane. A last-minute change put us on Flight 2187. Lucas wasn't supposed to be lost in those woods. Eleanor wasn't supposed to be our neighbor. Sometimes the most incredible things happen when everything seems to go wrong. And sometimes the heroes we need don't wear capes or uniforms. Sometimes they have 4 paws and golden fur. As scientists continue to study Buddy, one thing becomes clear. There are connections in this world we're only beginning to understand. Bonds that transcend explanation. And sometimes, just sometimes, miracles do happen. If this story touched your heart, make sure you've subscribed. Hit that like button if you believe some things in life are meant to be. And comment below with your own miraculous animal story. Thanks for watching the full, unbelievable, but 100% true story of Buddy, the dog who defied the impossible not once but twice.